Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Let's get right into it, guys. So today's story is one that everybody has been wondering and talking about over the last couple of days and weeks. And that story is, has Angela Deem been fired from 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After by TLC? Now, as you guys know the story, Michael went missing a couple of weeks ago, about 2 months ago actually, from Angela's house. At first, Angela thought that he just walked out and, maybe he got kidnapped, maybe something tragic happened to him. But as it turns out, Michael turned himself into the police a couple of days later and said that he feared for his life from Angela and basically had to escape her and has been living in hiding more or less ever since then. Now, of course, we know that Michael appeared or resurfaced maybe about a week or so ago when he told people to go and follow him on Cameo and buy his cameos and whatnot. However, Michael has been laying low for the most part since disappearing or at least going missing from Angela's house. Now, the question here is, has TLC finally taken action against Angela? And of course, the reason for that would be that Michael went to the police and filed a report against Angela saying that he feared for his life, and TLC basically was forced into taking action as a result of that. Now, I have to tell you guys that based on everything that we're hearing and seeing, it appears that indeed TLC did take action against Angela, because Angela and Michael were supposed, based on what we've heard before and based on the synopsis that we ourselves saw for 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After episodes, I believe it was 3 or 4, Angela and Michael were supposed to appear, and they still haven't. And so TLC did indeed, based on everything that we're hearing, take action against them, and they have edited them out. Now, did they edit them out completely, or was it just partially? Are they just reshuffling the story around? That's the big question. So that's what we're going to get into today. And we're also going to talk a little bit about, what her recent things that she's saying about Michael are. Now, one thing, guys, which is really funny is Angela just uses these crazy filters, right? And I just wanted to show you guys, this is what she is trying to tell her followers that she looks like. Now, you guys see it here. She looks like, well, she has some wrinkles and whatnot, but she looks a lot better than, when we actually see her do something like this, which is, a video that we went over maybe a couple of days ago. This is the real Angie, and she looks like a complete mess. She looks like she just doesn't look very good recently. And this is, why we believe that this whole thing with Michael is very real. Of course, at first, I was very skeptical of the whole situation. But as it turns out, it seems like this whole ordeal is taking a toll on Angela, and she is not feeling very good. She's not eating. She's losing a ton of weight. She's not in a good place. It appears that she's been smoking a lot and been, drinking with Scott Warren, with other men, all over the place over the last couple of weeks, and basically spiraling out of control. Now, Angela here claims that Michael is the one that owes her an apology after this whole ordeal, this whole scandal. Drama continues to unfold between Angela and Michael, with Angela basically saying that Michael deserves or he is required to give her an apology. Infidelity and trust issues plague the couple's relationship despite their past determination to be together. Angela and Michael's rocky relationship include cheating allegations, financial issues, and a whole slew of other problems. Now, the drama continues to unfold with Angela and Michael, and Angela seemingly claiming that Michael owes her an apology. Now, this couple was first introduced to viewers during Before the 90 Days Season 2, all the way back. It's been so long by now, 6-7 years, something like that, as a couple who had met basically on Facebook, and they developed a long-distance relationship. They did not officially meet until they began filming 90 Day Fiancé for the first time in 2018. The couple started off strong, but ran into a bunch of problems with infidelity and trust issues after Michael allegedly was unfaithful. The only reason they're not speaking to you is because they owe you an apology. After a shocking series of events in which Michael accused Angela of being a terrible person and told law enforcement that she was physically violent with him, a seemingly pointed message was posted on Angie's IG account. The Instagram story showed a video of a man speaking about why someone might not be talking to you, with the caption stating, "The only reason they're not speaking to you is because they owe you an apology." An icon of Angela's likeness appeared to be applauding the message that the video was relaying. Now, although it seems to have completely deteriorated, their relationship started with a sweet message sent via Facebook from Michael to Angela. Now, everything seemed to turn when Michael admitted to being on the receiving end of a sexual act with a local woman. This was a couple of years ago. This act of cheating caused Angela to become distrustful of Michael, and even though she never really moved past it, she basically forgave Michael and moved forward. Their marriage was fraught with turbulence, which, Angela accusing Michael of draining her bank account, and Michael's friends and family accusing her of using, him to make money. This is a bit of a weird one here, because on the one hand, this is the definition of a weird, toxic relationship, the kind of relationship that you just don't want to get into. So first of all, it's a long-distance relationship, and they're hard. Now, second of all, Angela requires Michael to basically hand over any control of his social media, as well as any control of his ability to make money. She doesn't want him to be independent, and her reasoning is that she's afraid he's going to be unfaithful to her. So basically, she wants to completely control and dominate every single aspect of his life that could make him independent enough to the point that he would be cheating on her. It's really weird and messed up in my opinion. This is just not how relationship works. And of course, on Angela's side, she enjoys the freedom of going out, flirting with men, basically left, right, and center. She's been doing this for years with numerous men, and I've spoken about this in the past. And she obviously doesn't have the same standards for her own behavior as she does of what she expects from Michael. So it's a weird, toxic relationship. And of course, we have seen Angela be violent, be abusive towards Michael in the past. And so, when the allegations came out, they obviously needed to be investigated. And TLC now appears to be taking this seriously. But Angela is not happy, and she's spiraling out of control. And I got to tell you guys, I think the reason that she is because at first we were not sure that this was, at least I wasn't, and I know some of you guys also had doubts, because this whole thing between Angela and Michael started happening 2 weeks or so before Happily Ever After dropped. Now, I know that Michael just got to the USA in December of 2023, so very recently, but I thought that it was just such a huge coincidence that all of this drama would start unfolding just as we were getting ready for Happily Ever After to drop. I thought it was maybe a bit of a PR stunt. Maybe it was, guys. Maybe the answer is somewhere in the middle. Maybe it was a bit of a PR thing, and then it just went wrong. Something happened, and, the allegations by Michael that basically he was afraid and fearing for his life because of Angela, maybe that was just too much. Maybe that just went too far. But based on what I'm hearing and based on what, what we're seeing, it appears that the real problem was that Angela did an interview with John Yates a couple of weeks ago when all of this happened. And basically, she revealed a lot of information about the show and what's going on. And she kind of spoiled the storyline. So, we've been talking a lot about NDAs and non-disclosure agreements. And are they even valid anymore? Because it appears that every couple is kind of spoiling their storyline. Every couple is revealing stuff about their storyline and whatnot. Well, it appears that TLC, at least to some degree, and I definitely don't think it's to the same degree as in the past, but it appears that they're still not fans of these cast members leaking way too much, at least more than perhaps TLC tells them to do, to kind of do PR for the show. So it appears that was the problem when Angela did a long interview with John Yates a couple of weeks ago, and John called Michael Yahoo Boy and all kinds of things in that interview, but Angela kind of said a lot of things about their relationship. It appears that TLC was not very happy with that, and as a result, TLC has kind of cut any allegiance or any affiliation, I should say, with Angela. They're kind of removed her from their social media, and so it appears that there's definitely based on what we can see, been a rift between Angela, Deem, and TLC as a result of this whole ordeal. And I have to say that more than anything with Michael, because to me, the relationship with Michael from Angie's perspective was never about love. And I think that you guys can see this as well. Angela, she loves to be the center of attention. She's been on Maury Povich. She's tried to be on TV many times before. She loves the attention. You guys can see it. She really thrives in it. Like she's flashed her boobs on the tell-all. She loves any kind of drama and chaos she can create and people talking about her. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. And so Angela loved Michael, not really because she loved him, but because he was basically a means to an end, and that end was her being on TV. And I really think that that's why this relationship is still even a thing to this day. If there wasn't the TV aspect, Angela and Michael would have been donezo like many, 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 many years ago, in my opinion. And so here, people are kind of trashing her for crazy filters. And you can see here, it looks absolutely nothing like her. And Angela does this all the time. She puts on these crazy filters, thinking that she's fooling the fan base, thinking that, she looks like she's 40 or maybe even younger, and that she doesn't have any wrinkles here. Absolutely hilarious use of filters. But everybody's doing that nowadays, right? So in recent weeks, Angela Deem has become the punching bag of criticism. But Angela confirms she's not fired by TLC and reveals that she will be back on the show. So it appears that Angela is actually addressing the rumors that she's been fired, because a lot of people are saying that she has, because of everything that we're seeing or not seeing on the show. And then this person says, what? Why is TLC giving her a platform? She's mean, nasty, violent person. This picture is horrible. It's fake. It looks fake. Obviously, it is fake. So this is what people are saying on one thread over here. Now, on a different thread on Reddit, somebody says, well, it looks like they removed her after all. I don't know that this says all that much. This was a story, I believe, that she posted. She's kind of like crapping on TLC, I guess. Oh, by the way, 90 Day Fiancé is so boring without you, a person says. I fast forward through the rest of the couples. They are so dull. And Angela Deem is like, yeah, let's go, my queens. So she's happy that people are kind of dumping on the show and supporting her. Now, what's interesting is this comment here, and we don't know who this person is, but I'll just read this to you guys anyways, and we'll see if this turns out to be true. So this person here, Alley Cat, says, okay, guys, I have an update. Angela has gotten things settled with TLC, but after this season, she isn't coming back to TLC. She's still scrubbed from all of TLC's socials and can't use the handle. Her video rant with that John Yates guy got her into a lot of shit. Originally, she was supposed to be shown within the 3rd episode, but they decided they had to edit out so much due to her blabbing about her storyline during her literal 10-hour rant. She will be appearing starting on May 24th episode, and here's a synopsis. A lot of her story ended up getting shortened to hell, but she won't be back after the season. Michael, however, may, if we are lucky. Here's a synopsis for the episode. Alex juggles a lot as Lauren recovers. Rob and Sophie Sexy Fun ends badly. Jasmine explains herself. Mahmoud accuses Nicole of cheating. Traditions raise tensions in Emily's family. Liz leaves Arkansas. Everything is on the line for Angela and Michael as his final visa interview approaches. And then she goes on to say that there's a lot of bugs here, and so many people wanted to see the ending to their story. Plus, they settled, and technically she did lose out big time because her story got cut by like a good 80% due to her own faults. For those who don't know, you only get paid for the episodes you're on, and when they air, this is true. If she hadn't gone on that rant, she would have been fine. Keep in mind, the Terrible Life Choices channel would rather make money than get rid of an abusive racist. Angela called Michael the N-word so many times in her rant, and the R-word too. I'm not sure, guys, that I remember hearing that. Luckily, though, there is a possibility Michael may stay on as long as okay, so it's unclear here. This person, there's some technical inconsistency here in the rant, but I will say this. Many people have said that Angela herself said that TLC has not fired her. My take on this is that this is an ongoing situation. It's an active situation because clearly now this is a rumor from a person on Reddit, and I understand all of that, but some of the information there matches with some of what we've read as well. And, clearly TLC has taken an issue with some of the things that Angela has done, and it stands to reason that perhaps it's maybe not the fact that she's abusive. Okay, maybe it's the fact that there's a police investigation. However, we know that in the Mahmoud and Nicole case, they didn't drop them, even though, basically there was, I don't know if Nicole filed it, but there was an abuse report filed against Mahmoud for domestic violence. Now, that report supposedly was dropped, so maybe TLC said, you know what, everything is okay because the report was dropped. We don't know if Nicole filed a report. We don't know all of the details of that. We don't know exactly what the report entailed as well. We don't know if he hit her violently or if it was just shoving. We don't know all of those details. But TLC still showed Nicole and Mahmoud. Now, in the Michael and Angela case, they haven't shown them yet. So obviously something is going on here. And as you guys know, Angela and Michael are the premier stars on the season of Happily Ever After. So it's very odd that TLC still hasn't shown them on our TV. Obviously, they have taken some action. Did they fire them? It appears that based on what Angela herself is saying on social media, that no, TLC did not fire them. However, the way that TLC works is they don't actually outright fire people. What they do is they just slowly let them go, and they don't show their episodes. So TLC not showing Angela's episodes is TLC trying to wash their hands of Angela, because as we just saw that person say, and this is true, we have corroborated this with other information, the couples only get paid when they appear, not when they film. So all of that filming that they do, all of that time that they spend filming could be for naught if those scenes never get shown. So there is an expectation that, one, you're not going to engage in any violent or criminal behavior between the moment that you film and the moment that your episodes air, because of course there's 6 months to a year gap in between when the episodes are filmed to when they air. And number two, you're not going to spoil your storyline, because what's the point of people watching if you're out there on social media trying to create PR for yourself and divulging all of the secrets, all of the spoilers for your own storyline? Then there's no point in showing that, so TLC doesn't want to pay for that. So it appears that a combination of all of these factors have led TLC to take an action, but I have to say, it's still unclear if she's been fired for good. This person says that she won't be brought back next season, but I have to say, guys, if she hasn't been fired, then things are probably still up in the air as of right now, and TLC maybe we'll see how this whole police thing goes, how this whole accusation of Michael, fearing for his life goes, and what else happens. But obviously, something did happen between TLC and Angela, because she has spiraled so much out of control in recent weeks. She looks horrible. She looks sickly. She just looks in very bad shape. And if you guys haven't seen it, go watch the previous videos we did about Angela and Michael, because in those videos, you guys can see Angela literally spiral out of control right before your very eyes, and it's a pretty shocking sight. So something obviously had to happen, and I don't think that Angela is spiraling out of control because Michael doesn't love her anymore. I think it's because she's seeing the beginning of the end of this reality TV gravy train that she has become so accustomed to being on, and all this attention that she absolutely loves and craves might be coming to an end sooner rather than later. So that's the story for today, guys. I wanted to address the rumors about Angela being fired. So nothing super conclusive, because that's just not the way that TLC works. They only work that way in certain very specific cases, like the Alina Kasha controversy. TLC came out and basically put out a statement. But besides that, if it's a bit of a gray area kind of situation, TLC doesn't outright fire people, and they don't outright publicize firing people or things of that nature. They just don't do that. They prefer a more, subdued approach to letting people go. Same thing with Jeffrey Paschal. They just didn't bring him back on the tell-all, even though they showed his season. So they have a more subdued approach in these cases, at least based on what we've seen in the past. So that's the video for today, guys. What do you guys think about this whole thing? It appears that perhaps, Angela is finally on the outs at TLC, guys. This is pretty crazy stuff. So even if we might see her a little bit on the season of 90 Day Fiancé. Obviously, the storyline isn't going to have the same impact that it should have had, because we already know, you guys know, I know, most people online know what's going on. And why are we watching Michael apply for his visa when we know he's already in the States, has already hightailed it out of, Angie's house, and so on and so forth. So that whole storyline has been completely spoiled. And so, we're going to see very old content that's just not relevant. And so, but you guys tell me what you think about that. Do you guys think, and tell me the truth about this, the TLC would actually have the guts to fire one of their biggest stars, whether you like Angie or not? People love to hate her. She is a very controversial figure. She is one of the more popular 90 Day Fiancé stars. So TLC would be doing something pretty huge that they don't do very often. You think that TLC would have the guts to fire Angela Deem over what's going on? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think that TLC would do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Hit that subscribe button down below for more content right here on the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.